Just fixing my mic.
Okay, I think we're good to go. Hello. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 5, 9, 2. Out, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay, we're sorted. Hello and welcome back to Greenhill Gaming, where I share my passion of video games with the whole wide world. In this live stream I am playing Demon's Souls. So sit back, relax, have a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, have a bug snack, but as always, and more importantly, enjoy the live stream. And hello, Mr. Chad Middleton and Mr. Mighty Duck, you're both very welcome to the live stream.
Mortal Kombat is a myth.
What do you mean Mortal Kombat is a myth? How dare you? Blasphemy. Mortal Kombat is real. In fact, I've been invited to participate in the Mortal Kombat tournament and defend my realm, Earth Realm, the great Earth Realm. How dare you? How dare you? But how are you both keeping? Hope you're keeping very well, and you're very welcome to the live stream, and I hope you enjoy the live stream. More importantly, so you're changing your character. That is vintage Mighty Duck right there. It is that kind of a game though, isn't it? You want to make sure you have the right character. Like, definitely, to be honest with
you, to Johnny.
I do.
Boca.
I do. Everyone thinks it's a ball patch. Yeah, but it's actually a Mortal Kombat dragon, meaning that I have been chosen to defend Earthrealm in Mortal Kombat. They were all joking aside, that movie, as far as the trailer was concerned, and even the posters they released of the characters, like Sub-Zero, Raiden, and all the characters, it looks absolutely fantastic, and I just have a lot of faith in that movie. Is going to be absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to see it now, to be honest with you. Okay, let's get the live stream started. The Mortal Kombat is far from a myth. So yeah, I was actually thinking of changing my character as well in this game, because like I just do not seem to be having a good time when it comes to the boss on this level. Like I just can't do it. I swear, it's just like, I mean, I do have a strategy, which is to take
I
out
hope we get more than 5 minutes of Garo.
Hopefully we get a Jesus H Christ. Hello, person who has joined the live stream and said hi. There is absolutely no way on this blue earth, even though it's not blue, that I can pronounce your name. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce your name. Apologies, I mean no offense, but like, I even tried turning it upside down to see if that helps. It doesn't.
I got a tip of 2 mates of mine who platinumed this game using magic is good.
You got a tip? 2 mates of mine who platinumed this game using magic. I don't even think I have I have healing magic, because my character is a priest and he heals. That's the only magic I have right now at this stage.
I haven't
of
been
the
here
game.
for a long time.
Oh, my apologies. I honestly, I didn't even recognise you. I'm so sorry, but you're very welcome back to Green Hill Gaming nonetheless, and I hope you're keeping very well, and I hope you enjoy me live stream. So the strategy with the boss at the end of this level is to take out the smaller enemies. I honestly don't, my apologies, but nonetheless, you are still very welcome to Green Hill Gaming. So the strategy, take out the smaller enemies, and just go behind. Ah, I do know you. I know you know. I know you know. I just didn't know you then. Ah, I remember you. Didn't you? Oh, I'm dead. Didn't you helped me out one live stream when I was playing Spyro Reignited Trilogy, if I am not mistaken, or was that somebody else? Because if that is the case, I do remember you very well. I remember back then I was a very proud gamer and I didn't want anyone to help me when I was stuck in the game, and you were giving me tips.
You will enjoy Monster Hunter movie, man, nowhere near as bad as reviews made it out.
I'm actually really glad to hear that, Mighty Duck, to be honest with you. That's actually fantastic. I'm going to have to get my hands on that. And how did you watch it? Did you illegally watch it? Did you participate in copyright, Mighty Duck? Or did it go straight to DVD? But you know what, man, I've always said it. You've got like, we shouldn't care about reviewers. We definitely shouldn't care about critics, and 100% shouldn't care about fucking, social justice warriors. And we should just watch the movie and enjoy it. I always say that. Mortal Kombat is just going to be absolutely amazing.
My friend watched recently and liked it for what it was.
I'm actually so glad to hear that. So the strategy, as I was trying to say, is you go behind the boss and you dodge and you roll and you basically just attack its feet. I say feet because the boss is absolutely massive. If you haven't already seen it.
It's out on Blu-ray in few weeks in USA anyway, so I got it online, perfect quality.
Absolutely fantastic. Definitely going to give that one a watch. And again,
it's a pity that I don't understand you. I just don't understand English, and I'm writing to you via Google Translator.
No problem. I don't know if these words are going to be any help, but nonetheless, no problem. Good old Google Translate. Where would we be without Google Translate? So Demon's Souls, every time I play Demon's Souls, every time I live stream it, it is what it is. I'm going to be stuck a lot. I'm going to be in the same area a lot. If you don't like it, then tough. Because this is Demon's Souls. And definitely anyone who requested me to live stream Demon's Souls, don't be a hypocrite. Because this is what you wanted, and this is what you're going to get. Because this is Demon's Souls. It is an extremely tough game.
I am Tata. I like the Nintendo Direct.
I am Tata. And you've got more names than a schizophrenic, man. It's just the personality, man. So carefully. How many names do you have? You like the Nintendo Direct?
That's the fun of this game, man. You learn as you play.
You definitely learn as you play this game. 100%. Cat Middleton, glad you enjoyed the Nintendo Direct. It was long overdue.
But I speak Russian.
Oh. Cool, man. Cool. That's fantastic. So yeah, glad you enjoyed the Nintendo Direct because it was extremely long overdue. It was great to have a Nintendo Direct. Nice little surprise at the end with Splatoon 3. I don't think anyone expected Splatoon 3, to be honest with you. But technically there might have been there would have been a few people out there that would have had Splatoon 3 anyway, but it definitely wasn't something that was heavily rumoured or leaked or anything like. Actually, it was leaked actually, wasn't it? My good buddy Damien Sewell mentioned Splatoon 3. Anyway, I didn't expect it anyway.
Do you know something in Russian?
Do I know something in Russian? Olga. I just know the name. Olga is a Russian name. Apart from that,
and the Ninja Gaiden trilogy leaked came true. Kudvids.
Oh yeah. That was those were on the.
I was playing number 2 now, low.
Those were on the list, alright. You're 80 hours into Splatoon 2. I'm going to go back and play Splatoon 2 actually, to be honest, which is a great game. Because I still have a lot of, I still actually have a lot of missions in that, in the story expansion. Also the Octopath expansion, whatever it's called. There's still a lot I didn't play yet. So I'm going to go back and play it. Fall Guys coming to Switch. That is great news. Ninja Gaiden Trilogy. I've never played Ninja Gaiden 1 or 2. I did play Ninja Gaiden 3 Resurrect, so I'm actually looking forward to getting stuck into the first two games. Yes, I do. Metopia, oh sweet mother of God, Metopia has come out of Switch, and the social justice warriors can wind their neck in this time because the game allows for same-sex relationships and potentially marriages as well. Yeah, they're also coming to PS4 as well. They're coming to all consoles. I just mentioned the fact...
New Mario Golf.
Because we're talking about Nintendo Switch, like, the Direct.
Ninja Gaiden, so you can stream it low.
Yes, I can stream it indeed. I haven't decided whether to get it on Switch or whether to get it on PS4, to be honest with you. It all depends on how many games I have at the moment on Switch and how many games I'm playing on the Switch at that particular time, so I haven't decided yet. And it's also a new Mario Golf as well. But I'm hyped for Metopia, to be honest with you. I really am now. That was a really fun game on the 3DS, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm coming to the Switch. Skyward Sword. I know that Mighty Duck has a few opinions on Skyward Sword. I personally enjoyed Skyward Sword on the Wii, and I think it is fantastic that playing. Yes, I am playing PS5. I think it's fantastic that it's going to be HD and on the go on Switch, and you can have button controls this time. So if motion control wasn't your thing on the Wii, then you can go with button controls. So I think all in all it's a great port, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if
that new card-based FPS anime game.
Neon White and that new card-based FPS. A couple of games I didn't take too much notice of. There was a lot of games actually. And apparently over 30 games were shown on the Nintendo Direct. I actually can't remember all the games now, but the ones that stood out to me anyway was definitely, in no particular order, Ninja Gaiden 3...
No more Heroes release date unlike Bayonetta 3 El Boca.
Oh, stop, nobody even mentioned that. You know what, I was actually kind of... The thought popped into my head, and I was obviously wrong, but I thought that the director, producer, whatever he is of Bayonetta 3 was actually trolling us. And you know what, he said forget about Bayonetta 3. I thought he was going to do a thing like where he was getting us all to forget about it, and then like kind of surprise us with an announcement, but it didn't happen. So, unfortunately, that was the case. Yeah, there was quite a few games that was there. Why did I think? Oh, there was. I'm going to die. There was other games that I took notice of. Metopia, Splatoon 3, Ninja Gaiden Trilogy, Fall Guys. It'd be great to play Fall Guys on the go as well. And as I said, Skyward Sword. I'm looking forward to it. And I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo added in some additional content as well. I just wouldn't be surprised if there is something there, But no problem playing that game again. We're living in the age of ports. It's just the way it is. I mean, GTA 5 is coming to PS5. Says it all, really. But the good thing about ports coming to Switch is
Famicom Detective
it's on the go. That's right, yeah. That looks like an interesting game. It kind of reminds me of the Phoenix Wright series.
Well, bro.
Oh, I'm actually kind of looking forward to that now, to be honest with you. Mr. James Hollywood, hello to you, James, and welcome to Green Hill Gaming. How are you getting on, James? Hope you enjoy my Demon Souls live stream. Feel free to join into the banter. We're talking about, might be your cup of tea now, James, I don't know, but we're talking about the recent Nintendo Direct, some of the games that were announced on the Direct, but you can talk about anything, as always.
I'm grand a bit sore now.
You're a bit what?
Same.
Bit sore.
The murder mystery and ghost story got me interested. How are you?
Why are you sore, James? And I am doing well. I am doing well enough now, to be honest with you. I just came back from the doctor actually earlier today about my right hand, and I finally have a sense of relief. Basically, I am fine. My hand is fine. It's going to be fine, and I can start using it now a bit more. So everything is okay when it comes to the hand, and in general as well. Why are you sore? Same, the murder mystery and Ghost Story got me interested. What was Ghost Story again? Again, there was a lot of games announced, and I actually can't keep up with the amount of games, to be honest with you. Actually, I know Nintendo shared a post on the social media showing all the games that were announced, so that might help. I can kind of take a look at that now in a few seconds and go through them. But
I got in a fight and my rib is mangled.
Jesus.
There's a short clip of a first-person horror school level in No More Heroes 3.
James, man. Getting into the
Goodbye.
fights and all. See ya. Nudes, thank you so much for checking out the live stream. Much appreciated. You take it easy now, man. And I'll see you on the next live stream. James and I getting into fights, man. I'm not gonna get too far. I'm not gonna ask you why or how. Just hope you're okay. There's a short clip of a first-person horror school level. Yeah, No More Heroes 3 seems to be combining everything that everything that it's done in the series so far. It looks interesting, to be honest. It even had like some kind of an RPG section to it as well, which is good. Yeah, so overall, I've really enjoyed it in Nintendo Direct. There's quite a few games I'm looking forward to getting my hands on. I want to see another one already. Is that too greedy? I swear, like. Now that it's back, I just want more. Especially considering that there is a massive rumor going around right now about Resident Evil, a game called Resident Evil Outrage, that is supposed to basically act as, and this is really interesting. I'm going to die here, isn't it? This is really interesting. It's supposed to act like a Code Veronica type
My friend Wafers in
Resident Evil.
Smash Bros.
What is it? My friend... What? My friend Waffles. I don't get it. But speaking of Smash Brothers, we actually forgot to mention the fact that Pyro and her alter ego are coming to Super Smash Brothers. They completely got us with the reveal trailer for that. Like, I didn't know what was going on. So I was like, is this, the Chronicles 3? Is it more
Waifu,
DLC?
is that what you meant?
Who's Waifu? I don't get the reference now, to be honest with you. But I didn't know what it was. I thought it was DLC. I thought it was a sequel. But they kept showing the same. They kept showing footage from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, so I didn't know what was going on. And then she's like, I was gone, and I'm going to tell you why I was gone, because I got invited to Super Smash Brothers. And I was like, fuck. I'll be honest with you. She's in Smash. I love Xenoblade Chronicles 2. You see, the thing is, just because this is what Sakurai needs to know. If I could give him feedback, if I could have the opportunity to give some respectful, constructive feedback to Sakurai,
It's
I
an
was
anime term for weebs, call some female characters it.
What is it? It's some anime term for weebs. Called some female. Oh, right. Okay. I'm not up there too much with anime now, to be honest with you. But just because I like a game franchise doesn't necessarily mean that I want a character from that franchise in Smash, if that makes sense. Do you know what I'm saying?
Wife.
Oh, really? Okay. So your wife was coming to Super Smash Brothers? Damn, I missed that one. Yeah, I don't really care, to be honest with you. It's a great game. I love that game. Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't even get me started on just how difficult that final boss was. I am telling you, and not just the final boss, but like the bosses leading up to
My friend
the
Anna
final
wife
boss.
is in
Just
Smash Brothers, Elbow
absolutely
Cup.
mental.
Doom Guy to Smash.
Your friend's anime, Doom Guy to Smash. I'd say if he ever does come to Smash, I'm calling it. When
Yes, James.
when Pyro comes to Smash, they'll probably have some sort of, they always do, they'll have a Smash Direct and they'll showcase Pyro and her moveset and her release date. And the next batch of Mii Fighters, I can tell you, I'm going to call it now, Doom Guy will be a Mii Fighter. He won't be a full-on Smash fighter, he'll be a Mii Fighter. You've heard it here first. Only on Green Hill Gaming, lads. I'm trying to think that I missed any other game that caught my eye. I think that's pretty much odd. Oh, I thought it was Bounty.
Pyro is okay, but it didn't get me excited like Sephiroth.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Sephiroth now was a pretty exciting reveal now, to be honest with you. But no, Pyro didn't do anything for me, to be honest with you. I actually am starting to think that the Fighter Pass 2 is more of a disappointment than the first one. You know, it's like, okay, like, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, a great game. Does it mean I want Pyro in Smash? No. You know what I'm saying, like?
Another fee for you, Pyro. JK.
Another what? Another FIFA. Oh dear God. Like if Ronaldo comes to Smash, he just kicks a soccer ball at you. It's fine when he smashes he just headbutts you. I think if there's any connection to soccer and Smash Brothers, I think I'll be going straight into CX to sell my copy of Super Smash Brothers. What is that? Oh yeah, we need to talk about EA. We need to talk about EA. Jesus Christ, EA must be dying because they're actually starting to treat Nintendo with a bit of. They're starting to acknowledge Nintendo, you know, as a video game company. They're starting to acknowledge the Switch as a video game console, and they've actually realised that the Switch, you know, is actually selling very well because they're actually releasing games on the Switch, which is just a huge shocker. They're actually bringing the complete edition of Plants vs Zombies. What the hell is it called again? Battle for Neighborville. And they're bringing that game as well. You mentioned Knockout City, even though technically it's actually not EA's game, they're just publishing it. I actually thought that Star Wars game was from EA as well, because like the whole licensing with EA right now and Star Wars is kind of all over the place. It's a free-to-play Star Wars, and it's made by a different company. It's not made by EA. I forget who makes it, to be honest with you. But yeah, I just thought that was like, wow, like EA are actually bringing games to the Switch. But I always said that a game like Plants vs Zombies would make perfect sense on Switch. Like, just look at it, like it's the kind of game that you would see.
Studs the Zombie elbow cup.
Studs the Zombie. I only found out yesterday that was an old like Xbox game, and it makes sense now because when I first saw, I didn't know anything about it. Like when I first saw it, I actually said to myself, that is the worst looking like do you know what I mean, like current gen game that I've seen like so far. Like it just looked terrible, like, you know, but it makes sense now because apparently it was an old Xbox game. I mean, again, we live in the age of ports.
Made on the original Halo engine.
Ah, there we go. That explains it. So, I think we are living in the age of ports. Like, and I mentioned earlier, like the great thing, I've always said this actually, the great thing about Switch ports is you're getting an on-the-go version. So that's it right there. Like, I mean, not only do you get the opportunity to play a game like again, or if you've never played it before, you get the opportunity to play it for the first time. But on Switch, you get to play it on the go, and I just think that's the nice kind of the icing on the cake, like, you know. Right, I mean, it's funny when I see people lose their shit over ports. Like, I mean, first of all, if you don't want it, don't buy it. Nobody's forcing anyone to buy anything. And,
I think it was an Xbox exclusive.
I think so. I think there's something along the lines of that right now, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, there's actually, you know what? I keep forgetting you can't pause Demon's Souls. I'm sorry, but Demon's Souls is going to be that kind of a game. Like, where it's not that I don't take it serious. It's just that, like, I know that it's going to be like 10 years before I actually get
Halo
past.
are shutting down their servers on Xbox 360 this year.
Jeez, that's a long time to keep servers going. Jesus Christ, James. That's a long time. Oof, indeed. I'm going to go into Nintendo's... Somebody laughed at my comment. Wait, no, who put this up? Push Square put up Which developer would you like to see make a new Metal Gear Solid or Castlevania game? With reports suggesting that Konami wants to outsource both properties. Let us know in our latest report. Yeah, that's the story. Konami apparently want to outsource Metal Gear Solid and Castlevania. And I put in Ubisoft. Why they're laughing? I genuinely think Ubisoft can make a good Metal Gear Solid. If they want to continue going down the road of open world like they did with Metal Gear Solid 5, I mean, hello Far Cry, open world. And I just think Watch Dogs has a very Metal Gear Solid vibe to it, especially the last one, with whole gadgets and everything else. And Splinter Cell, hello, is it me you're looking for? It is Ubisoft. Please make a good Metal Gear Solid game, as you have made Splinter Cell. Sam Fisher, Solid Snake. There's even a reference. Solid Snake is referenced in
Square Enix published the Deus Ex Machina games.
So no.
Rockstar.
Laugh at me. Rockstar. I don't think Rockstar should. Well, open world, yeah, but I just don't think Rockstar would turn Solid Snake into a fucking hippie. No, thank you. You know what I mean? Like Rockstar, I know like they can make serious games too, like obviously like Red Dead Redemption, but I just don't want Rockstar anywhere near Metal Gear Solid. Square Enix published a Deus Ex Machina game. I didn't even know they wanted to use
Square Enix.
Metal Gear from Square Enix would be strange. I don't know. I just think Ubisoft. I mean, sticking to Ubisoft. No, where is the thing I want to find? So this has this is. Where did it go? I'll go where? Where's it have to go? I just seen it 2 seconds ago. No, it's gone. I'm looking for the list of games that were announced at the Nintendo Director. Oh, I hear hello. We have the meats. I never get bored of a random YouTube name. Hello, Arby's. A big welcome to Green Hill Gaming to you. How are you doing? And you're very welcome to my Demon Souls live stream. Just having a chat there about Nintendo Direct. But these are some of the games anyway that I mentioned. So Splatoon 3, Pyro Combat to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, Project Triangle Strategy, I'm going to talk about that in a second actually, Mario Golf Super Rush, Plants vs Zombies the Complete Edition, Monster Hunter Rise, we know about that, Knockout City.
I subbed and left like D.
Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. I'll subscribe back to you. Thank you so much. Fall Guys, TC Superhero Cars, Team Power, Jesus Christ, Star Wars Hunter, World's Ends Club, Outer Wild, that's there as well. Legend of Mana, Apex Legends, we know about that. Samurai Warriors 5, Capcom Arcade Studio can fuck off. Famicom Detective Club as well. Oh, there's Mario things coming to Animal Crossing, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity expansion pack, No More Heroes 3, Neon White, Bravely Default 2, we know about that. Something Frontier, Hades is getting a physical edition. Tales from the Borderlands, Stubbs the Zombie, Ghost and Goblins, and Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. Now I want to talk about Project Triangle Strategy from Square Enix's kind of indie division. I really enjoyed Octopath Traveler. It's a really classic turn-based RPG game, like classic Final Fantasy.
$40 for all the games.
Yeah, they can feck off. How many times does somebody need to play Street Fighter 2? Like seriously, but yeah, I don't like this new one, the Project Triangular, because it's a tactical RPG, and I don't like tactical RPGs. I've never really took them serious. Like it's like Fire Emblem, and I don't like Fire Emblem. I just can't play those games. So I played the demo, and not for me. It's a pity they didn't continue the formula of Octopath Traveler in the sense of being a traditional turn-based RPG, like classic Final Fantasy games. But this time they decided to go down the road of Fire Emblem, which is kind of ironic really, because I remember saying to myself, like, I was joking, I was saying like, if they announce a Fire Emblem, I'm gonna sell my Switch. You know, and they kind of like end up making like a Fire Emblem-esque game then, like with Project Triangular. But look, it's what it is. I can't pretend like a game. I have to go and buy it just on Switch, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give that game a miss. I'm even giving Monster Hunter Rise a miss. I don't know. The tutorial just turned me off. Maybe I just go into it just blind. Maybe I just forget the tutorial, just buy it. right now, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I'm getting Monster Hunter Rise, but I do know that when I played the demo of it a bit back, I just what you call it? I don't know. I just there was just too much information thrown at me at the same time. I was like, nah, no thanks, and I just turned it off and deleted it. Yeah, but, yeah, pretty long discussion about the Direct there, but there's a lot of games there that I'm interested in getting. Obviously, Splatoon 3. Splatoon is a brand new IP from Nintendo, and I love the fact that they're continuing it, that they're nourishing it. You know, again, this is a brand new IP from Nintendo. You know, everyone says Nintendo milks their franchises like Mario and Zelda, and they don't have any new games. Well, Splatoon is a new IP, and it's great now that we're getting the third installment of Splatoon next year. I'm really looking forward to that. And Miitopia, I just had so much fun playing Miitopia. It's just such a random game, and you know, hence the word me. It's all about me characters. So I can't wait for it. Ninja Gaiden Trilogy Master Collection. Again, never had the opportunity to play Ninja Gaiden 1 or 2, so I'm hyped now for that one, to be honest with you. And Skyward Sword HD. I'm not going to list every other game in between, but those are the three games that kind of stood out to me. Oh, Fall Guys as well. It'd be nice to play Fall Guys on the go, you know, on Switch. It'd be great if they carry over your progress, though, you know, because I don't want to. I know that every season you're starting off from scratch, but what about like costumes and stuff like that as well, like, and the way emotes and dances and all that kind of crazy Zoomer shit. But yeah, that's that. Oh yeah, lads, Nintendo fired shots at Microsoft in a recent interview. The Nintendo president, he actually fired shots at Microsoft in relation to acquiring companies. Let me just get the the quote out there. I'll try to get the full. God, if I can find it. It doesn't matter. I don't need to find the entire article, but it's just so funny, was it? So yeah, Shuntaro Furukawa. I just completely slaughtered his name. Apologies, but the Nintendo president, basically. Nintendo's acquisition of Next Level Games, announced last month, has resulted in the Nintendo president talking about the company's policy on acquiring companies. The Nintendo president said that, and he quotes, "This is a partner that we have been working with for many years to develop various software, and we decided we could improve the quality and speed of development by making it a subsidiary and working together." And this is the part where shots are fired. He says, "We are not just blindly acquiring companies because we want development resources. We don't think that simply expanding the scale of our business will really improve the value of entertainment that Nintendo provides." I love that. To me, anyway, I take that as a direct shot at Microsoft. That's just me. Am I wrong? Let me know. But that's just me anyway. And I tend to agree with him completely. Microsoft can buy ZanziMax games all they like, but does that mean that Microsoft are going to somehow become more of an entertaining company? You know, not necessarily. You know, you gotta be the company. Microsoft has got to be the company that itself provides entertaining experiences. You know, it's up to ZanziMax and Bethesda to make to deliver on that. But I just thought it was a funny statement, you know.
It's not you. The Xbox fanboys are triggered too.
Are they? Go away. Are they triggered because of what Nintendo said, or because of Microsoft acquiring companies? I just think it was so funny if they got triggered because are they triggered? Are the Xbox fanboys triggered because of Nintendo president's comments? And I got to pop into the kitchen. So I might as well just stand here for a bit because I won't have time. I got to prepare my dinner. Sorry that I couldn't make too much progress in this live stream of Demon's Souls, but it is what it is. It's fucking Demon's Souls. Like, I mean, I'm going to be stuck on this level for months to come. It is what it is. You know?
Because of what Nintendo said.
I'm delighted. I'm delighted. Oh my god. No, really, I actually am delighted. That is so funny. The reason they're triggered is because they know that he's right. Oh my god, like, I mean, it does not... Nintendo Switch is currently outpacing the PS2 in terms of sales. But the key word there is outpacing. Obviously, right now, the Nintendo Switch hasn't sold more than the PS2, but it is selling faster than the PS2 during the same cycle. Like when the PS2 was on the map. If you get what I'm trying to say. It's sold over 80 million. It's selling more than it's going to sell, like the long sales of Switch is going to be absolutely insane. You know, it doesn't need a Switch Pro. Thankfully, everyone has finally shut up now about the Switch Pro and accepted the fact there's not going to be a Switch Pro. Nintendo are doing so well with the Nintendo Switch, and they don't need to, as he put it, blindly acquire, you know, companies to make them any more successful. It just doesn't need to be the case. I'm going to pop into the kitchen there momentarily, and I'll be right back. And Johnny is back. That's really funny. So Microsoft fanboys getting triggered. Oh, you almost feel sorry. Well, you would feel sorry for them, wouldn't you? I mean, they've not fuck all to look forward to an Xbox Series X, do they? You know what I mean? Like, isn't Halo delayed until this summer or something? Like, it was supposed to have launched with the Xbox Series X. It was promised to launch with the Xbox Series X back in November of last year, and I think isn't it coming out this spring or this summer? Oh my god. Other than Halo Infinite, like, there's nothing major like in the area of their other franchises. They don't really have a whole lot of franchises anyway, you know, and like, yeah, again, I just thought it was a really funny comment from Nintendo. I mean, Nintendo is definitely a company that does not need to acquire any other companies. I mean, it already itself, like Nintendo themselves already have a lot of successful, you know, household name franchises. I mean, obviously Mario speaks for itself. You know, Zelda, Animal Crossing, Yoshi, Kirby, Pokemon. You know, brand new IPs like Splatoon, even ARMS. Although they're not really nourishing ARMS as much as Splatoon, unfortunately. But Nintendo have a lot of IPs, and they can bring back classic IPs as well whenever they want. So, and that's all Nintendo as well. I know, like they do acquire companies, but they're no strangers to acquiring companies, but they don't blindly acquire companies. It's like this, like Nintendo are not going to wake up in the morning and say, okay, we've made a ton of money now. We're now going to go out and just buy Capcom just because we can. So that's blindly acquiring a company. Like, Nintendo have to think about it, you know. But I will give Microsoft some bit of defense in terms of blindly. To me, reading what he said about acquiring next level games is actually very similar to Microsoft acquiring ZanziMax, to be actually honest with you and to be fair about it, because Microsoft have had a big relationship with ZanziMax, and ironically enough, it was actually the exact same reason that Phil Spencer actually gave for Xbox acquiring ZanziMax Studios, because they worked so closely with them in the past with a lot of games. So it's kind of similar, but at the same time, like, you know, you know, if they continue with this trend and this, you know, like EA acquiring Codemasters and stuff like that, like, you know, so yeah, I think Nintendo is more focused on. They're a bit like Sony. They're focused on investing in their own studios, you know, and second party studios, and you know, in fact, like Sony actually came up recently and actually kind of announced how much money they've actually spent on their first party and second
I
party
heard the
studios.
founder didn't like the Microsoft buyout.
Oh, the founder of ZanziMax, who passed away recently. I'd say there was a lot of people within ZanziMax, within Bethesda, within all the Bethesda studios, you know, that they didn't like it. To be honest with you, I think there would have been a lot of people that weren't fans of that acquisition. You know, because it completely, it just, like, I mean, for years, ZanziMax and Bethesda have been a third-party company, and they could pretty much have the freedom to release their games on whatever platform they saw well.
Mentioned it.
Like, I mean, like, as I pointed out, like, Nintendo Switch is selling like hotcakes. It's selling faster than what the PS2 sold in the same time period. When both consoles were on the market. Like, imagine being confined to the least selling console. Just imagine. I mean, that has got to have pissed off somebody at ZanziMax. Like, I mean, come on, like. And we all know how well PS4 sold, and we all know how well PS5 is selling right now. And if anyone wants to say, oh, that's just the scalpers, the games are actually in the charts as well. So it's not just scalpers, you know, it's that is responsible for the PS5 success. You know, like people do get their hands on PS5, like, you know, and it has sold a lot. So it must have pissed somebody off at ZanziMax Games that they now have to limit themselves to a console that has sold like shit. Do you know what I mean? It's a strange one. I know you could make the argument of, well, this is going to be what helps sell Xbox, but that will have to remain to be seen. Will this help sell Xbox? You know, and if Microsoft do acquire Sega, you know, people could say, okay, well, you know, they've never broken into the Japanese market before. Maybe this will help them. We'll have to wait and see. I personally don't think it will make a damn difference, to be honest with you. Because I think that, you know, people don't have an Xbox, and I just think that it's going to take a whole lot more than just acquiring a company for people to say, yeah, I'm going to buy Xbox now. You know, if anything, it just pissed them off, you know, instead of actually like helping their cause. I mean, I said it when I first heard about this acquisition. I said that what Microsoft should have done was invest in and nourish their own studios, their own franchises, their own IPs, and create more IPs instead of just slapping their stamp. You know what I mean? On already established franchises like Doom, The Elder Scrolls, Wolfenstein, and so on. You know, because Microsoft didn't establish those franchises. ZanziMax and Bethesda and their studios did. So yeah, you're not gonna have the fastest selling console of all time by just blindly acquiring companies. You establish your own companies, and if you have been working with a company for a very long time, like, you know, and the thing is, with Next Level Games, it's a little bit different compared to Microsoft acquiring ZanziMax. And I'll tell you why, just in case you think I'm some kind of blind Nintendo fanboy. Wolfenstein, The Elder Scrolls, they've always been on multi-platform consoles, whereas Next Level Games, I can think of the same company, they made like the Luigi's Mansion games, for instance, right? So those games are not going to appear on any other console but Nintendo. You know, but what Nintendo have now done is they've acquired them, so they're like, you know what I mean? They can have direct connection now to Nintendo, you know, and they can kind of have more resources and more time now to make more games like Luigi's Mansion, you know. So that's where the difference comes in. So just when I think of a company that could be next, you could even see a situation where Nintendo might acquire Platinum Games, because you look at some of their recent games, yeah.
Retro
One of
Studios has been doing good since the Microsoft buyout. Elbow Cup.
Retro Studios has been doing good since the Microsoft buyout. Retro Studios, I personally think have. Wait, what? Wait, you've got me confused now. What do you mean Retro Studios has been doing good since the Microsoft? I thought you meant Rare for a second. You have me really confused now. You've completely caught me off guard now. I forget what I was actually talking about now. Yeah, the next, I can see Nintendo acquiring Platinum Games because they made an Astral Chain on the Switch, which did very well. Bayonetta is more or less exclusive to Nintendo platforms now.
A joke.
Alright. Because, like, if it hadn't been for Nintendo, there wouldn't be a Bayonetta 3. That's a well-known fact. You can look into that. If you don't want to take my word for it, you can take their own word for it. It was actually Nintendo that actually funded Bayonetta 3. Nobody else wanted it. Microsoft didn't want it, Sony didn't want it, nobody wanted it. Nintendo funded Bayonetta 3. So those are, and...
Yeah, I meant Rare.
Oh, okay. And now the 1 for 101 did become multi-platform, but there is a huge partnership right now between Platinum Games and Nintendo. So that's a kind of company that Nintendo could acquire. And it wouldn't be a blind acquisition. You know, it wouldn't be. Can somebody name one Xbox exclusive from ZanziMax Games, please, in the live chat? Name one Xbox exclusive. Because I can name a lot of Next Level 5 exclusives to Nintendo platforms, and I can name a lot of Platinum games that are exclusive to. Oh, I'm gonna pop in the chicken. I'll be right back. I gotta put my chicken in the oven. 2 seconds.
A new rumor has surfaced that Diablo 2 Remastered is coming to Switch this year. It's the best one in the series.
Right, it's going to be 5 minutes there now. A new rumour has surfaced that Diablo 2 Remaster is coming to Switch this year. It's the best one in the series. That would make sense, considering that Bayonetta in the mind. Considering that Diablo 3 came to the Switch, that's very plausible, to be honest. I just have to check something. I ordered shopping earlier today, but my chicken is nowhere to be found. Just gotta check the receipt to see if it's on. Looks like I'm not going to be having chicken today. For whatever reason, it wasn't on. But Johnny is getting Chinese tonight. How bad?
Skyward Sword Joy-Cons have sold out.
They've sold out, yeah, they're available in America, aren't they? I think somebody was saying that. I've one of the Nintendo Switch Ireland pages were talking about it. But aren't they releasing alongside the game? I thought that was the case. So I need to pop into the kitchen again to see if I'm just blind. The chicken. Yeah. It's probably mine out. I'll get these into the freezer or something. No, I'll actually probably return tonight to Demon's Souls. There's 5 minutes left in the live stream, but I will more than likely return tonight to some Demon's Souls. Bit more time to play it. Yeah, there is no chicken. Okay, that's fine. Somebody in the supermarket obviously didn't hear chicken. Yeah, not the end of the world. Sorry, Chad, what did you say again? We've got about 5 minutes left in the live stream. Oh, I've got 10 minutes actually. Skyward Sword, yeah, thought the game was launching alongside, or the Joy-Cons were launching it, what do you call it, am I going backwards? Launching alongside the game. But Diablo 3, that's a game no that I didn't actually pick up and buy on the Switch. Never played Diablo before now. I don't think it, I don't know if I'd like it. No, to be honest with you, if they had a demo, I'd probably check out the demo. To be honest, I would. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was in the middle of earlier talking about there's a massive rumor going around right now involving the Resident Evil series, and it's about a game called Resident Evil Outrage coming to Nintendo Switch, and apparently it's meant to be like some kind of like, it's meant to be like Switch focused. Now when I hear Switch focused, either there's a few things that pop into my head. Either it's going to be a timed exclusive to Nintendo Switch, or it's going to be like a full-on exclusive to Nintendo Switch. A bit like Monster Hunter Rise. Like, you know how we got Monster Hunter World, and you know the way Capcom like heavily supported that game on PS4, like with many expansions, and then all of a sudden Monster Hunter Rise comes and it's exclusive to Switch. I can see the same thing happening with the Resident Evil series, like PS5, Xbox Series X.
It'll most likely be announced at E3.
Possibly. I think it is real though, because I think the people who are leaking this are the same people who leaked all the information about Resident Evil Village. So they're very creditable people. So that's what I think of when I hear Switch focused. It could either be a timed exclusive to Switch, or else it would be a full-on exclusive to Switch. A bit like how Capcom decided to make Monster Hunter Rise exclusive to Nintendo Switch, and it's called Resident Evil Outrage. And it's described as a Resident Evil Code Veronica type game, in that Code Veronica existed as a standalone Resident Evil game in a lot of ways, and it actually developed the story of Resident Evil in a lot of ways. Well, it was actually a side project. It wasn't numbered, but then again, Village isn't numbered either. But it's meant to be it's meant to be a lengthy Resident Evil game as well. But it's meant to be like a spiritual successor to Revelations, in the sense that like it kind of acts kind of outside of the mainline series, but at the same time it's a standalone Resident Evil game. And it's meant to feature Rebecca Chambers as well. I'm actually kind of excited for that because Rebecca Chambers hasn't been seen since Resident Evil 0. You know, like, oh god, Leon. I mean, how many times have we seen Leon over the fucking years? I mean, he's been in Resident Evil 2, he's been in Resident Evil 4, he's been in Resident Evil 5 and 6, and he got a remake, and he's getting his own animated show. He's come to Netflix. I mean, come on, we've seen enough of Leon now, right? Chris Redfield has been in Resident Evil 1, he's been in Resident Evil Code Veronica, he's been in Resident Evil Umbrella, Darkside Chronicles, he's been in 5 and 6, you know, he's been in 7 and he's been in 8. God's sake, like, you know, Jill Valentine has been in a lot of Resident Evil games. I mean, literally, Rebecca Chambers has only been in Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 0, and we haven't seen her since. So, bring her back. And I think they should go all out and bring back, Mr. Cohen himself.
More Barry.
Yeah. And, well, do you know, he did come back recently with Revelations 2, so... But I think that rumor is very plausible, and I think people need to understand as well that Revelations, the original Revelations, was actually exclusive to the Nintendo 3DS. This is a handheld device, like, you know, it was crazy to think, like, for a very long time it was actually exclusive to Nintendo 3DS. Obviously, Revelations 2, didn't even release on like Wii U at the time. It didn't come to Switch until much later, but still, like, the original Revelations was exclusive to Nintendo Switch, so it's not like Resident Evil and exclusivity with Nintendo consoles is not unheard of. You know, like Resident Evil Remake at the time was exclusive to GameCube, so was Resident Evil 0, and also Resident Evil 4. So I always kind of like to look at that in an interesting way, because when you look at that and you consider that the prequel, right, the remake and the next installment in the Resident Evil series at a time were all exclusive to Nintendo GameCube, and Revelations was exclusive to 3DS. So the idea of there being a Resident Evil exclusive to Nintendo platforms is not at all unheard of. So it's very plausible, and it'd be great if it happened, you know. I'd like to see a kind of a different type of Resident Evil, you know, alongside Village. So it'd be great to be able to, you know, play some Village on PS5 and then, jump onto my Switch and play a different type of Resident Evil, like, you know, focusing on a character that we haven't seen for a long time without the chain business.
Have you been keeping up with the Borderlands movie?
Oh, Jesus,
it's got a good cast.
I have Borderlands on my library, I think, my PS4/PS5 library, but I'm not really into the series, I have to say. It's not really something that I'm particularly interested in, so no would be the answer to that. But I know that it's apparently meant to be an all-star cast when it comes to the movie. You know, with these movies now, I think it's a pause here because I'm more or less going to ramp up the live stream in a couple of minutes, so I'll kind of end it with this. I'm actually optimistic now that the Resident Evil reboot movie will actually be fantastic, because after seeing the trailer for the Mortal Kombat reboot and seeing just how true to the original this movie, how true to the video game this movie is in terms of the character design, in terms of the story, and I just like it a lot. So I actually think that possibly the Resident Evil reboot will actually end up being very, very good indeed. So with that, I will say thank you to everyone who watched this live stream of Demon's Souls. I hope you enjoyed. Again, it is Demon's Souls, so this is what you're going to see for a very long time. Me in the same area, being stuck, dying over and over again. It is Demon's Souls. It's what I signed up to, and it's what all of you requested. So, like it or lump it, as far as I'm concerned. But I hope you enjoyed, and I will be returning to Demon's Souls later on tonight. So stay tuned for that one. If I don't fall asleep, that is, because I get tired from some time to time, as we all do. Okay, so until next time, once again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time on Green Hill Gaming.